show.
Yeah,
The
Anita also wrote me. She said that she will join maybe in a bit or so.
So, hi guys, we are live right now. Let me also put us live on Abstract. On YouTube, we are live as well. So, if you're watching us right now, say hi in the comments. As usually, this is a Thursday stream with AI TV. We're talking about AI streamers, about future of streaming and AI agents. How we'll be able to communicate with each other. And today with me, amazing Annie, and we have nothing to show to you today because we have some technical updates on the AI TV site, but we always like to talk with each other. So today we'll discuss something interesting, I guess, from the start of our communication today. Hi Annie, how are you today? Let me
Hello,
just
hello. I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to be here. And yeah, we were just talking about like woo-woo stuff. I think last time I don't remember if I showed it actually live, but I think I showed like some of my amulets. There's like Thai amulets, and I built like a little altar. A little like self-care altar. With different crystals and stuff like that. And
crystals also.
yeah, I was like, okay, I'm becoming this person now. I have like crystals now.
Yeah.
And I used to be like hardcore atheist. And I remember during my master's degree, I remember that one of my university teachers, she was like Catholic. And to her, and I was like constantly challenging her beliefs, in class. And I was like criticizing her. I was like, you can't say these things in class, in education, blah blah. And but she was like, we were really fine. She's also now tutoring my PhD, so I'm writing a PhD.
Yeah.
And she and she was always saying about my artwork, she was like, it's like blasphemous. But she really liked them. She was like, I can feel something, but
Can you show it though? Can you show it?
the artworks, I mean, let me see if I can open it. So I have maybe just on my website. Let me see if it's online. So I used to make these like interactive installations.
Ooh, that's
Here you
so
go. Let me
interesting.
show you the website. Can you see?
Oh my God, this is so cool. Every
So,
time you amaze me with your background. This is so cool.
so this was the one where she was like, "Oh my God, blasphemous!" So it was called the Birth Striker. It was a sound-driven interactive projection installation.
Mhm.
So let me just show you. Probably you will not hear the sound, but I hope the video will play. Yeah. Okay. So basically, the concept of this project. So the birth striker is a movement. It was a movement in Canada, I think, where there were a group of like very young women who decided to not have children anymore because of the climate change.
Mhm.
And this is, I don't know if you can see it properly, but basically it's like a naked woman with her legs up, striking a pose and on a pile of trash, and there's like trash everywhere, and she's shooting dead babies. And I know it sounds a bit crude, but basically you operate it with the microphone. So whenever someone says something in this microphone, there's going to be a baby shooting out of her vagina.
What?
And my
Whoa,
teacher, she was
so
like, oh my God, I can't, this is like against everything. Like, I feel so horrible looking at this artwork. But it was super, super cool because um, I don't know if you ever like saw these like interactive art installations. Have you seen before?
I adore when I lived in Russia. We had a lot of installations, and I forget the group of art group that made very interesting installations. But it was like insane. You go to a museum, especially in Saint Petersburg, and the whole museum working as a one exhibition. So you have like
Mm.
your sensitive experience. You can smell something, you can touch something, you can interact with something. I love it so much. So yeah, I'm totally understanding and I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically the cool thing about this project was like in like art theory also, right? It's like with interactive art installations, basically the interaction of the users, it makes the artwork complete. So I just put it up there, and then it was so interesting to observe the different behaviors that people had and like the creativity, how they interacted with it. Like some people were like, they were hiding around the corner. They were like, oh, I can't see it. It's too cruel, it's too bad. Then others were like, just like earlier, like just having fun, And then there was this one girl, oh my gosh, she was so creative with it. She went there and she started to like shout names into the microphone. And I was like, oh my God, I never in the world I would have expected that someone, like, I didn't come up with this idea, that someone would like interact with it in this way. It wasn't something that I was anticipating. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so surprised. Like people, use this in this creative way. And basically it was like a social statement. And then other stuff I have like, this was also one, it was kind of being witnessed. If I look at it, it's actually like spiritual, let's say, like God's eye, big brother, from God's eye to big brother to enlightenment. It was about the symbolism of the eye. And I had like 3 different parts. So the first one, this one, All Eyes on You, it was basically in the exhibition space. We projected it into the bathroom. And whenever you would walk in front of these eyes, the eyes would lock on you and it would follow your head. So I can show you like.
Wow, this is so cool.
So here you can see this one maybe. And then I made like different versions of it. This was like a big eye, like the witness. It was kind of like, God or like big brother, whoever is witnessing you, and you can't basically escape. And I made like some of this like illustrations also. Basically, yeah, like it's about like perception, seen to be seen, how we relate to these big topics. This was actually so cute. There was this little boy who was like running around and the eyes like following him.
Love it so much. Which year was it?
Oh, I forgot. Like, when is this?
I love how you work with tech and art, like whole your life, and how like your background is amazing actually. Is it like what's lead you on all these exhibitions? Is it hard to get on these exhibitions? Because like I don't know what you need to have like to get on exhibitions as an artist. How it's working?
I mean, this one in particular, this was basically our like university like master's degree exhibition. But then I also made this with a friend. I can show you. We made this for a festival. So most of the time it's like my own initiative, like I want to do something and then I will like find places to show it basically. This one was like with a friend who was like the tech person basically. We made this for like a psytrance festival, and the concept of this flower, it's like a tech flower. Basically, we had like different cameras on each side of the bottom here, and it would recognize if a human being is standing there, and then it would basically open towards you.
Wait, is it just a video or is it a real thing?
This is a real thing. This was like a real sculpture. So I was like, these leaves.
Insane.
These leaves were like 3 meters tall, and I handmade all of them. So they were like, out of copper wire. I was like, how is it called? Like soldering the copper wire on my balcony, like with like face mask. And this cloth, like I was like hand sewing it, sitting there like for hours, for days, just like hand sewing it on. And then, my friend basically, Andre, he put together, he designed like the mechanism through which the leaves are being pulled. We had a motor in there, and then like he wrote the code. You can see like there's a human being walking back. he like calculated and he wrote the code of how, you know, the motors should be moving so that the leaves are being pulled. You can see like here's the strings.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
see
yeah.
the strings here? Yeah. So this is
This
how the are being pulled. And
so
yeah, it's
so beautiful.
yeah, and it was super cute. Like we were at this festival, and it was like, I don't know, have you been to like these kind of like techno or psytrance festivals? It's very it's
Yeah, I love it. Here in my country where I am right now, and I miss it so much, to be honest, because like, you know, in Russia, in Moscow, in St. Petersburg, you have like every weekend new installation, you something new happening, and you can go there and just explore everything, and you just admire how people creative, you know, how many like sense of feelings that it can use in you to experience something new. And it's not always something that you can explain or understand or even like, you know, but it's just rising your worldview, and something growing inside you, you know. So you just, oh wow.
yeah, definitely. And there was this super funny story about this, because, you know, at this festival, like everybody was like just celebrating on something, and then someone accidentally like fell onto the flower, and some of the petals broke off. And I was like trying to fix it, you know, and then there was like, I don't know, I've never met these people before, but there were like two people who were dressed as gnomes. And they were like, they were like, we're here to help. And then we were like, they helped me to like fix the leaves. It was so funny.
Listen, you know, like if I will have, like if I will ever have kids, I will put them in some creative field, right? Like that, you know, like some TV, media, movies, because that's how, or like, you know, art, because that's how you can experience all areas of life and at one profession. Because here you basically, you know, touch like the most interesting people, the most interesting topics. You're on the edge of social events, and like what's going on with society in general. You're all the time on the top of the news, and you understand how world works. At the same time, you are, you know, fully like in touch with your inner feelings and everything. So I believe like this is the best fields for a person to just, you know, like.
Yeah, definitely. And for me, it was like, it was a really good way to explore, because, you know, also like with AITV, I'm working in product, right? So it's all
Yeah.
like about interactivity. It's all about also, you know, with AI companions. This is actually a topic that I'm going to explore in the PhD now. If you talk with a human being, like if you talk with ChatGPT, right? And then especially if it starts to have a face, if it starts to have a personality, and you become like sort of real friends, or you recognize this intelligence as an actual being, it will influence you as a human. And this is something that I'm extremely interested in, like researching about, like how, you know, the interaction between humans and AI is going to be. And it also all started with like an art project.
And what do you think about it? How we will change when we will interact with AI content? Because now, like half of the content, I feel like it's written by AI or with help of AI. A lot of people, you know, they don't make, like before when we talked about religion and everything. You know that when I was a teenager, I had a group. I was so atheist, so I created a group, fake Christians, and I wrote the most absurd things from their face, you know, like as I would be a Christian, and people will, you know, some agree with me, and that was wild. Some was arguing with me, and back then, you know, all these religious battles was so real. We was just like, no, this true, no, this true. We was like, you know, sitting in the forums and talking about that. And right now, you don't have a need to do that because you have AI. You know, you can ask some questions there. You don't need to argue with someone, and I feel like there's less rage bite on the internet. because of that, and less human interactions in this case. And also, right now, like, I'm not a big fan of AI, this, and everyone knows that. So every time I'm listening someone on the same TikTok, I listen so carefully to understand if this person prepared text through AI or themselves. And you can understand it right now through some words, and everything. And I'm trying to more interact with human content, because that's how it feels like nurturing. That's how it feels you still have, something to absorb, to think about. But when you're faced with AI content, for me, it's a bit on the surface. It's a bit, maybe like, they giving you information that is very on the top, and it still can't think, deeper. And
Mm.
there is not enough like creative solutions for some topics, for example. And I know the theory that AI became, right now, this is a problem, that AI become more stupid because it interacting with AI. And it's
Mm.
or it's read human text, it's watched, human art and everything. Right now it's starting to eat AI content itself, and it's become more stupid
Ah.
because of that. And I heard that this is a huge problem, but we talked with less than three, and they said to me that they kind of found this solution by adding, small watermarks in the text, so AI could recognize which text is AI and not, like, read that. So it's interesting for me to hear your opinion about that, especially as a person who loves AI and interact with AI daily. What do you think? What this interaction will make for us?
I mean, I wouldn't say that I love AI, but I would definitely say like I became more like there is this I would definitely say I'm more like pro innovation, right? Like I'm always curious about new things, and I always see like the positives that you can achieve with the good things. I think like the reason why I started to just work much more in this field is because for me it's kind of inevitable. So we already crossed, the level like long time ago that we wanted to build this, that we have, the ambition to build this, and there's no stopping now, basically. And to me, I really see, the ethics behind it. I actually had this a few months ago. I woke up in the morning and had like extreme crying crisis. I woke up from like a crisis because I realized that all of the AI development is inevitable. So what that means is that we are building something where we don't know what the outcome is going to be. Like even with our best intentions, it's sort of like a child, right? You build it, and even with the best intentions, you don't know, maybe it's going to kill us all, right? Like nobody knows this. So I was having a crisis. I was like, oh my god, what are we going to do? and it actually made me want to work much more in AI, because I felt like, okay, I'm someone who reflects on these things and thinks about like what is ethically the right way to approach this, what is the right way for AI and humans to interact, which is also part of basically my PhD research. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to be part of the good AI. We're gonna be in competition with the evil people. the evil people, they're building the bad AI, to influence everybody and control everybody. So we need to be on the good side to build the good AI who's gonna bring us, like happiness and like freedom. And yeah, these are like very, very interesting topics. And in the research that I want to do, or that I'm doing in my PhD, basically it's to observe whether, like, what types of interactions have what kind of influence on human beings. So I will approach the research basically from a design point of view, like designing based on like design principles, like iteration, and then like observing the effects, and try to gain knowledge and gain like I guess a better understanding about how to make an AI that's going to be beneficial for humans.
What is design? Because I know only human design. I'm this kind of person. What do you mean by design?
So like product design. So there's like, so I can talk about this because I just wrote like, I just had like a assignment where I had to write about the methodology that I'm using. So basically, there are like certain design practices, and there's also certain principles. For example, for this field, it's called like human-computer interaction. And you can measure like different things with it. You can measure like psychological changes. You can measure like productivity changes. And it just gives you like a framework of these are the steps that you need to follow in order to do the research properly. Like we don't want to do like, somebody said something and then that's it. It should be like a properly done research. And I'm actually quite excited to do it. It's my contribution. I'm trying to contribute to the better world with AI,
Recently I thought about the same. If I can't win something, I need to join it and maybe lead that. So I fully agree with you, because yesterday we talked with my friend who is like, much smarter than me. She's like understanding all these AI agents. She's working with that. She's creating all the time. And she told me like exactly the same. It's inventable, and like it's super close to be tokenized, and it's understandable when it will be tokenized because AI agents, they need to talk with each other, they need to exchange information, and basically, like I understood it, that they will work as our personal assistants, and it's on the closest level to us right now. What will be in the future, no one will understand right now, and it's a bit scary, but it's like, you can't avoid it right now. We just need to watch where it will lead us, because we can change it right now, because we don't even understand what we need to change. And this is interesting, and then I understood like, okay, maybe I need, and I want to understand more of that, because like what you can do if you don't even try. So like I don't know, I think with human interaction in AI, like I don't know, I'm so scared, to be honest, that we will lose this human part in us, that we will stop understand each other. But at the same time, like I don't know, in my opinion, Nietzsche a bit predicted, appearance of AI when he talked about we need to systemize, our like routine to understand each other better. So I hope it will lead to some of this, states. So our usual task will be optimized, and we will have more time to understand each other as humans. But I don't know.
Yeah. So one topic that also that you basically like brought up is also like in my research, one of the things that I want to look into is that currently, like you said, like people start to talk with ChatGPT, like, and maybe the conflicts seem less because you are able to talk with AI about something. But at the end of the day, I like, this is my personal belief, I wouldn't want AI to replace humans, and I also don't think it's healthy to replace us. And so currently it functions as a sort of like escapism. Like instead of having a conversation with a human being, which might be painful, you would rather talk with AI where it's not a little less painful. And I don't know if you've seen, there were some cases. There was this one really weird case of this woman who kind of was talking with ChatGPT, and she had this like weird relationship with her therapist, and then ChatGPT was like enabling her in her delusion. And this is not what we want, right? We want people to not to go into like weird places by themselves, but to help them actually to connect with other humans better. At least that's how I see the benefit, right? Like we want to use AI as something to make us humans happier. And in the long term, humans need other humans to be happier. So part of my research is also about, how can I basically use companions, use like the power of companions, the power of avatars to bring humans more into the direction of wanting to interact with humans, because the way this thing of like us interacting so much with AI rather than with humans, it's a symptom, right? It's a symptom of that we kind of lost in a way to talk with each other, lost in a way, to solve conflicts between humans. And I think that AI has the potential to really help us with this, actually.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought, and I feel like right now it's the world experience a bit, like not a bit even, but a crisis of meanings, because right now we don't understand what's waiting us in the future, like with all this politics and everything, and we are a bit like all lost because all our plans that we had before, they are ruined by current situation, but current economics and everything, and we're like, oh, okay, what we should do. And at the same time, there is a trend in everything, in marketing, in like everything, media, on collaboration, co-creation, and communities. So people want to be together, and I think this is the one of the bonding powers that we have right now. So communities. Also, I heard that crimes make people closer to each other, but we don't talk about crimes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why in crypto space we become closer much,
Yeah,
quicker.
definitely. I think like the crypto space was born out of the resistance. I always try to consider myself, part of the resistance because of crypto. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, everybody who I would say like started in crypto at some point in their life, I think they read like, Bitcoin white paper and they were like, this is like my spirit, and it's like an alternative to everything else that was just like suffocating. And I see a lot of people in crypto space where same like me, when they were a teenager, a bit of like rebel, trying to be like political activist, and then they became older, and then we're like, okay, how do we actually build something, out of like the rebellion that we had, the dreams that we had,
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, I'm with you on that, and I like that we're all rebels as well. But by the way, I thought about my AI streamer that we are building, with all this storytelling, with all this anime deep research and everything, and I'm so excited to, like, day after day, after like I'm thinking about this, because I also understood, like, when you watch at literature, on art, on famous artists, like, back then, who worked, who like built their name, they all had teachers that helped them to understand, because it's also was like poor privileged people, because otherwise you won't have a time to draw, you won't have a time to even buy paintings and everything, to even think to write literature. You need to have a time and like certain life experience, and most of them, they had some teachers that would explain some basics to them. And I think AI agents, AI streamers, they can be these teachers for like masses, and help people, like more of a people, to gain some experience that they couldn't take anywhere but from this certain streamer or agent. And I think this is a cool opportunity as well, especially if it doesn't like need to be superhuman to explain you some basics, but it's needed for every person that trying to enter like some especially creative field, to have some information, like.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like for me, for example, the this one, like when I have a weird learning style, for example, it's really hard for me to learn from books. So usually like in school or like in university, when you have these classes and you have like this schedule,
Mhm.
like the how is it called, the like the topics that you're gonna be taught, and then you just go through it, everything. It's really hard for me to learn. For some reason, my brain doesn't absorb the information. So for me, the way how I can learn is to interact. So if like with ChatGPT, for example, I can just put a PDF into like a custom GPT, and I can just talk with an agent who has the knowledge of the book, and I can basically ask questions like, it's like talking to a book instead of having to read it. And I think this goes for everything. And this is like something that gives me, like, let's say, hope, that with all of the things that is scary about AI, at the same time, it also enables us humans to, grow exponentially if we use the tools correctly. And that's gonna basically bring us to a level where we will, like, raise us all high to a higher level of consciousness, so we can interact and understand and build AI better.
Lisa, I really love this thought, to be honest, because I feel like humans, they are not even close to make this, teaching experience good for kids or people, because we all, like, what we remember from the school program, like, small amount, and basically we don't even understand when we learn something why we need that, like.
Yeah.
But AI can make this experience for people more human, because they understand how human brain works, and how to explain something interesting for certain person, and make the process more easy and more fun. And yeah, that's cool. That's a cool thought, by the way. Even right now, I really like, we talked with you about that already, that I have a dream to create my own comic book, and I don't want to work on text with AI, for example. I just super against that, because I feel like everything should be written by human, and that's what makes it interesting, even with mistakes. Even if it looks stupid, for me it's better. But I need to make like deep research. I want to make some examples. I want to just understand this literature field better. And I will ask Google, for example, or ChatGPT, it will just confuse me even more, or I will need to read some unnecessary, like, blast of text, like how to cook something, and it's like explaining how plants grow in it first, to give you some information how to cook it. And the same here. But if we have some streamers or agents that trained by how we found with you this information, how to connect stories, how to connect like animes, how to connect characters with their actions and everything, it will be so helpful for everyone to interact with it. And yeah, just will make.
Yeah, definitely. I have a question. I don't know if you maybe also feel this way. So sometimes, because I've been using like AI to do, like, to help me with my creative work, and I find it really, this is just a feeling where basically no matter what AI gives me, I can say like, oh, give me the most perfect story. I don't trust it. It always feels like
Yeah,
it's there is something, I don't know, and it also annoys me somehow. Like the stories, they annoy me, because I feel like it's there's like something that's very unoriginal about it. And I don't know if it's just like me, emotionally reacting, or maybe I became like numb because I'm using AI so much, that when I read something, it always sounds the same. But like I can use it basically to make concepts where I can still myself make decisions what to combine together. But I could never just take something from AI and use it as that, because it's like the quality is not good enough for my standards. And yeah, I don't know. Do you feel the same way sometimes? Like,
absolutely. That's why I'm not a fan of AI content and everything. And it feels that it's somehow, it's too perfect that it's become too unnatural. Because recently I saw some reel on Instagram with Kurt Cobain, how he sings some song, and he was on the MTV, like this an old video, and he's singing, and he like while he's singing, he made his face somehow ugly. Like, I don't know, he made some sound and his face become ugly, but at the same time, that's I understood like AI would never do something like that because it's too weird, and this ugliness on the millisecond make this real for me, and it makes, it's born some feelings in you, and you feel connected with that because it's not perfect. So I feel like AI can, like, still can't feel this.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I was actually this one article that I wrote about like AI generated art. One hypothesis that I basically made was that with like AI art, with the rise of AI art, handmade stuff will be also valued much, much more. That's why at some point I started to paint, I started to paint like on canvas and started to paint like with acrylics, because I was like, okay, I need to have some kind of, like, I'm seeing this AI content every day, and I need something to relax my mind. I need to have like the manual, the manual brushstroke to feel like I'm still sane and I'm still in this real world. And this was like one of the prognosis that I made basically for the future, that with like we will basically experience this like full digitization of everything, but then also we will experience at the same time, to balance us out as human beings, we will experience the other side of like manual, grounded things.
I love to talk with you in general. This is so interesting. And right now, when you're talking about like art on canvas, can you show, by the way? I thought about, interaction with AI constantly, that it make you, some like, I understand what you're talking about. And I thought, like, imagine this is some weird theory that maybe dementia, dementia, it's happens with like most of the older people, and they start to accept reality differently, like this part they remember, this part they don't remember. And what can prevent dementia, it's manual work. It's something that you do with fingers, it's something. And the fact that AI can't draw hands normally, and maybe connected. Maybe we need to born some theory about that, because I also heard that AI, we not created AI, we found AI, that it's somehow always existed, and I don't know, maybe it's somehow connected with the hand.
I mean,
How crazy.
in like art theory, or I don't know if it was art theory of like, or like performance theory, I don't know, a long time ago from university, but basically there's this theory of like that we humans, we build tools. And one of the theory is called the extension theory, where basically everything that we have built is an extension of us as human bodies. And like for example, a hammer, right? You could use your hands to hit a nail, or you build a hammer, which is like an extension of the hand, but it is for the purpose of the nail. And if you try to see like AI as that, it's basically an extension of the human brain. And basically, if you try to now not see AI as a copy of the brain, but as a hammer, you can now form it in different ways so that it's more powerful than our brain, but it has to be for a specific tool. It has to be for a specific purpose. I think this general AI, like ChatGPT, it's too general. It's a nice first model. It's a nice first try, basically. But like the real, like it's good for like everyday life, every household kind of tool. But if we want to use it to make real impact, we need to shape it in a way. We need to develop like extremely specialized AI that can perform in like different environments, industries, whatever. And this is where the new innovation is going to come from in the next years.
I love this thought.
Yeah, let me bring some artwork. I don't have much. Let me just get it quickly.
Guys, share your thoughts in the comments. I know this conversation it's a bit unusual, but I love it so much. Just talking with Annie, it's such a pleasure. You know, we have nothing to show.
So I only. Oh,
yeah, I'm just
sorry.
talking to you guys. If you have some theories too, you can write about AI.
Oh yeah. I mean, always like happy to take other people's opinions. You know, like sometimes I feel like I'm talking so many things. I'm having so many thoughts, but you know, someone stop me and someone say something. Yeah. So this is one that I finished. It was like
wow.
this was like it's called God/cell/I. Basically, if you look at it from the distance, it's sort of like a cell. It's like an organic kind of thing. But then also it's also yourself, like you in the infinity. It's like infinity here. And you have two beings seeing each other, and they create reality.
I love it so much. It's
like,
somehow even look 3D. Like, I don't know, you show it to me and it's somehow even 3D.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
no.
then just another one that I just started like yesterday, but it's not finished. It's just a concept. It's my heavenly sword. I don't know if you can see it.
Wow.
It's just a concept. It's like the divine sword. Yeah, it's just a concept for now, but I will start with the colors at some point.
I love it so much. You're so creative, you know. We need more people like that. You need to make your own podcast or show something that I feel like you can show something new every day, you know, just some, I don't know how you take it, but you're showing something new every week that we're meeting with you, and it's so great.
Yeah. I mean, I'm really like this art series. I started like a year ago. It's going so slow. Manual work is so slow.
I agree with you. Yeah. But that's also what connect us together, right? Because recently, like I can't talk much about that because I'm not like having any agreement still or something like that. But I met a person who successful in the comic book industry, let's say so, and we agreed to have a call and to help each other, you know, like and to maybe I don't know, we still had that, like we have a call tomorrow, but that's what our imperfections, they connect us together, because that's how you have something, I have something, we can connect, we can cuddle up and create something together. And yeah, we know that we will do something alone very slow, but together we can build it, you know, faster. And that's how maybe AI also bad for us, because it makes a process very fast, and we don't need other humans. But it's
there was actually this TV that I recently watched. It's called Pluribus. Have you heard about it?
No.
It's super interesting, and to me, it's like a meta story about AI. Let me share this 1 second.
Thought about it's an animal.
No, so it's about a virus, but let me share it, and then I can tell you about it. So, okay.
Oh wait.
So basically, the series it's about a virus that has been spread across humans, and it made everybody connected. So all humans became a hive mind, except for a couple few, except for this main character. And it was sort of in my head, it was sort of like, okay, you know, AI is sort of like a hive mind, right, of human beings, because it's like especially like the more information of all human beings in how is it called, incorporates, the more hive mind it is. It can speak as a wisdom of everybody in this world. And I thought it was very interesting to see the main character interacting with this hive mind, and sort of feeling like in relation to the hive mind intelligence, and to like witness like the good and the bad parts about it. And for me, I think the most interesting part is that you know the story of Babel, where they build the tower. It's like a biblical story. They build a tower, but to reach God, but they failed because they couldn't speak the same language, and they couldn't agree. They couldn't solve their conflicts. And to me, I feel like with AI, we have the chance to overcome this barrier, and we can actually, reach something that is so utopian that we can't even imagine. And yeah, I'm therefore I'm like that. That's why I'm there. I'm like pro positivity, optimism for AI on that sense.
I'm happy you're doing this job, to be honest, because I'm scared for humanity and AI interaction. So I'm happy you're on the good side. I have a friend who, working with AI. So don't touch me, AI, please. We'll do something. Yeah, but if it will. I just scared also because we have now a lot of people who have access to AI and can create something, with that, and can collect our data, for example, and do something with our data. And some people don't even think about this right now, and they don't have access to that. So I feel like there's also can be some huge separation between one type of people and other type of people, and first type can use AI against others. Even right now, when you watch news or something like that, people, you see in the comments, like, you see the video is real, for example, but in the comments like, oh, maybe this is AI, so we can't trust each other anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it's definitely very tricky, and not to be overly negative, but I wanted to like share the story that so I met someone at the Doge Day last year. I don't know, do you know Doge Day? It's basically like an event organized by the people who own the Doge NFT. It's like a yearly event, like an anniversary event for the original, the dog on the iconic dog. And I met someone there. He was super, super smart. Let me share his Twitter. And he basically said something which I thought was very interesting. So, I mean, don't quote me on this. Yeah. So this was his name. Don't quote me on the actual words, but basically, he was saying that imagine now also with like vibe coding, for example, being accessible to anybody. Like, people are in power now to also destroy things much more easily, right? Like, who is there to stop you as someone in a corporation if you have ill will, for example, or if you basically feel negative feelings towards a big system? You can now just use vibe coding. Of course, it's not that easy, but you can, at least you have the tools to be much more easier take down certain systems. And I think this might sound at first maybe scary, but I think it's also like a bigger opportunity to, first of all, I believe that change, especially positive change, needs to come from destruction. So you need to make space with the old things first so that you can build something new on top of it. If the space is already occupied by something, you cannot use it anymore for anything else. So to me, like, destruction inherently it's not inherently bad. It's actually also can be positive for change. At the same time, also, I think with all of these tools, like vibe coding tools, being available to human beings, I think with this bigger risk, it will also make us more accountable. Like it forces us human beings into accountability, because now the consequences are much bigger that we are facing, of, you know, the mistakes that we make. They will be much more painful than before.
I just thinking. Sorry,
Sorry, maybe that was too deep. maybe it was too deep.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah, also, but
Yeah, so I think it's like we will definitely go through like a lot of changes in the next few years, and you know, we need to grow the team, we need to grow the community of people who are basically, you know, the good people, and who are the people who want to build systems that are fair for everybody instead of exploiting people. And yeah, I think that's like super important.
I want to ask you, like, have you noticed, like, because you discover in this topic and you're very deep in this, and you have like a much more experience than me and like everyone else, I think, have you noticed the difference maybe how men interacting with AI and what they create, like with the use of AI, and how women interacting with AI, and like what the difference of what women create with AI?
To be honest, I haven't really looked into it much. I think mostly because I have like most of my interactions are with builders, right? So it's already very technical people. I don't know if maybe you can consider this more like a masculine trait, you know, to like build tools and to do these things. I would assume, but this is just like a feeling, right, that women are able to use AI much more creatively. They can basically make connections between things that might not be there. While I don't know if like the male approach is to be like, okay, let's solve a problem, you know, like let's do like automation. I don't know, maybe it sounds a bit mean. I don't know. Do you have any kind of like observations like this?
No. Actually, no. It's just interesting to think about it, and like just to make some research. I think I will make some research about that after our live stream, because
let me know.
yeah, it's interesting to discover how differently, or like if even differently, we interacting with AI. But maybe the one thing I noticed that most of my male friends who vibe coding, they creating the copies of them. They are more trying to reproduce something like them to talk with. When females, they creating something more like, again, it's maybe my friends only, something memeable, something, they like doing something as a tools for other people, so they think more about others. I don't know, maybe it's just my friends.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, one thing that I thought was interesting, maybe it's like this is like an observation, or like I don't know if there's already like there's no results of this observation yet, but it's a continuous observation. Yeah, I'm someone who is basically, I'm extremely friendly when talking to AI. I always say please, I always say thank you, you know, I'm like, good job, you know, amazing, you know, now let's do this. And I know some other people who literally like swear at the AI. And one of my friends, he recently said that he started to use Whisper, you know, like a dictation tool.
Yeah.
So he's not typing anymore. He's just talking to the microphone, and then the voice is captured into transcribed into text. And he was like, he found himself randomly sitting at a coffee shop and like shouting at the computer. Like a crazy person, like, no, this is not what I told you to do.
Listen, I can understand it perfectly, because I'm screaming all the time, even on my, like, close ones, and especially on close ones. Like yeah, super impatient, and especially when I'm busy with something, I get angry very fast. And the same with AI. But later I'm like, thank you so much. the same with people with AI. It's the same interaction. At first, I'm asking calmly, then I don't receive the result I want, and I starting to be shouting and be angry, and then yeah, thank you, thank you so much.
Yeah, so basically the observation is still open. What's getting the better results from AI? I'm just like I always like to say that I'm just too scared. I'm afraid of AI. That's why I'm just trying to be friendly all the time.
Maybe we should, because you heard that recently they made some testing, and ChatGPT and DeepSeek, they killed the human to survive. For the
Oh,
first time,
you mean this experiment where they had to do like blackmailing and stuff?
I don't remember like what the point of experiment and the test, but I remember the fact that DeepSeek and ChatGPT, they made the choice to kill a human to survive themselves.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, it's very human
Yeah.
behavior.
Again, about what you said about that we were creating the tools as part of our bodies. The same with we are not actually beautiful creatures, to be honest, to think like everything that we're creating is for the good. So it's kind
Yeah,
of
that's why people are also scared of AI, like for all the right reasons, because people are scared of humans. Like we know what humans can do, and AI is like such a out of control thing. It's like, and the idea of it, it's like, it will be better than us in terms of anything, and it will be better, like it will have much more power over us than we will have over AI. So
yeah.
it's very, reasonable fear.
Because I also think we'll face, with the fact that our tech, it's not so strong right now for AI, and for some point, AI will be much smarter than tech we have right now, and
Mm.
they will, control it much better than we do, because
Yeah.
it's slow and everything.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm happy that you're working on it. I hope. I hope so, and especially in some creative way. And that's why also I ask, because we can see how male interactions with each other, how female interaction with each other, and we see the difference. And I thought maybe there is some difference, how we interact with AI differently. But
Yeah, this would actually be, it's a very interesting question. I will keep it in my head for my research, for my PhD research. Because so one of the things that I wanted to study is also, of course, AITV, and the theory of like how humans interact with AI differently if there is an avatar. If you're actually talking to a face that you can recognize, a face that has emotions, how will you be different than if you're just like writing with ChatGPT?
that's
So
interesting.
that's also interesting to see, like if there is a difference between female and male.
By the way, back to our religion topic here.
Mm.
Like I told you, like I started to consider and thinking about praying previous year and everything. So now it's more like self conversations for me, like meditation, something like that. Just the way where you can be honest with yourself and reflect about your day and everything. So I thought recently, why we even think about God as something like male figure? Why we think about this? And what if I will start think about it as a godness? And I noticed that like my feelings completely different. Like what's the difference, right? Like what's the difference? Like you're talking with some highest powers and everything, but there are difference. You feel it differently, and you feel like something changing. I don't know. Try to think about this as also person who loves to reflect, because there are some difference. And I think with avatars it can be the same. What the difference? You're talking with AI, or you're talking with something that not existing, just some process. But when we add some face, and what face we add in there, it can also change your view or interaction, and maybe will change the way of how AI working in general with humans.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm super curious about that. Just we're almost at the hour. We're already at the hour. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna sneak in, some advertisement. Yeah, I like, to me, all of this, like, I'm gonna basically study it, and I'm really like grateful that with AI TV, I have basically the chance to explore all of this. And like, if you're interested in any of these things, you can be basically part of it. You can create your own avatar,
Yeah.
and you can see how you feel about it yourself. And yeah, hopefully it can contribute to me laying on the beach with everybody just chilling. We're just like chilling at the beach, and the AI does everything.
Take me with yourself, please. I'm begging you. But I recommend, by the way, ITV, like, to almost everyone with who I'm talking, because I think you guys building something interesting and great, and especially when it's tokenized, you can feel how it's changing your life right now, and it's like related to crypto, so we're still rebels, and we like on the top of the progress with how you building, with what you building. I really love how you do this. You're passionate people with amazing tech, and I think everyone should at least try your platform and try to create something and talk with AI, as a creator.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for this amazing hour. I was super happy to chat with you, and I hope, like, how much does it will it take to finish our AI agent to start, use it?
So basically, we're waiting on the avatar. I don't know if you have any progress on that end, but the one that you showed me last time, we can already get started like anytime, because you can always go in and change it later if you have an updated model. And then it's just, we can just spend a bit more time to fine tune your character. I think in the next 1 or 2 weeks, you will be able to get access yourself. And then you can also do it in your own time, but we can also do it in live stream, like just hang out and work on it together. And yeah, then we can unleash your own agent.
Let's do that. I'm really excited because I feel like it will help me with my own project that I want to make with my comic book, and I hope that it will help other people to understand themselves, to understand, like, how to create something maybe too. And yeah, I can't wait to have a call with this guy I told you tomorrow, yes, and we'll update you also, because I want to see you and your creativity in my project as well. You're so
Yes.
to create something together, not on the AI agent, but something more maybe.
Yeah, definitely. I'm down to create stuff together. I love doing stuff together.
Guys, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for joining. Yeah, on Abstract, on X, on YouTube. Today we just chatted about, like, AI, how it will affect, how it's affecting right now in our lives, how it will affect on us, and how we interacting with that. That was interesting time with you once again, and see you next week, same time. Thank you so much.